Hello students, so today in this video we are going to start with new chapter number 2 of geography, major landforms on earth. What are landforms? Landforms are natural features on earth or on land, okay, which are natural features on land, they are landforms. So the surface of the earth is made up of both land and water, okay, the top of the earth, or you can say the land of earth, surface of earth, the top of the earth, it is made up of both land and water. 29% of earth's surface is covered by land, okay, so you can say 29% is covered by land and 71% is of water. Landforms are natural features or landscapes found on earth's surface. So landforms, they are natural features, okay, that you can find on earth's surface. Examples of landforms include all kind of formations like mountains, valleys, plains, sand dunes, etc. okay, so you can found mountains on earth. The valleys, what are valleys? Valleys, they are the you can say the area between two mountains, okay, that is known as valley. And plains, a large area of flat land with few trees, okay, means it is a flat area and you can find some few trees there, okay. Sand dune is a hill of sand formed by the wind. When the strong winds blows, okay, with that wind what happens? The sand, it also moves, okay, so the hills which are formed with the by the wind, okay, so that are known as sand dunes. So these all are, you can say, some examples of these landforms, okay. Then landforms are a part of the earth's lithosphere, which is the solid outer crust of the earth, means the top layer is known as the lithosphere, and landform, they are a part, okay, they are a part of this earth's lithosphere. Now landforms, they are these are created by both internal and external forces of the earth. So these are created by internal means that the forces that are under the earth, okay, that are happening under the earth, and the external forces, external you can say by strong winds, by rain, by melting of ice, okay, so these type of forces on the earth, okay, that happens. This takes place by the process of gradation, which includes both degradation and aggradation. So this takes place, okay, when these landforms take place, it is a process of gradation. Gradation means changes, in that degradation is also there, means when something is reduced in height, okay, and aggradation means when height is increased, okay. So these both type of things takes place. Then impact of internal forces, okay, how internal forces they impact, okay, or they you can say how they result in this landforms, okay, how they play a role in this landforms. The earth is constantly rotating on its axis. Axis is an imaginary line, okay, so earth, it is continuously rotating on the axis, on that imaginary line. There is also continuous movement inside the earth's surface as well, okay, so inside the earth's surface, okay, you can say there is continuous movement in that also. The earth's surface is made up of several huge plates called the tectonic plates, okay, so you can say the earth, it is made up of several huge means big plates, okay, that are known as tectonic plates. These plates are thousands of meters thick and very widespread, covering millions of square meters on the surface. So these plates, they are thousands of meters thick, okay, they are too much of thick, and widespread means they are spread all over, and they cover the area of millions of square meters. Then the division lines are not visible on the surface. However, these plates keep moving, rubbing, pushing and pulling against each other. So the division lines, okay, which are dividing, they are not visible on the surface, means on the top of the earth nothing is visible, but these plates these plates, they move, they keep on moving, okay, from one place to another, they keep on rubbing with one another, they keep on pushing one another, and they pull each other, okay, against each other. So these movements cause the unevenness on the surface with earthquakes, volcanic activity and formation of mountains. And because of these movements, there are several activities, okay, you can say, that are performed on the surface of the earth, that is earthquakes are there, volcanic activities are there and formation of mountains. Then the movement of the tectonic plate also result in formation of unique geographical feature like folding and faulting. So because of these tectonic plates, the unique geographical means the special geographical feature, they also take place like folding and faulting. Means sometimes the plates are folding, okay, like when two plates are colliding with each other, when they collide and they fold like this, okay, and sometimes they are faulting, they fell apart, okay. Then folding happens when two pieces of plate come together and push against each other, okay, means when they come towards each other and they push together, okay, they will push after because of this, like this pushing, so they will fold, they will get fold like this, okay. A big bulge occurs in the middle, okay, so in the middle like this you will see here a swollen part is there, okay, in the middle where they both collide there is a swollen part there. The compressional stress builds up on the crust and forces to get ripples in the surface. So the compressed both are getting compressed now, okay, so because of that what happens, the waves are formed there, okay, on the surface the waves are formed there, waves like this, you can say the waves are coming like this now, means they are somewhat upwards also, so like this when they will collide they will also go like this, they will also get fold, okay. The high points of the ripples are called anticlines, means the point which is on the high side, okay, means mountains are made, the high point is known as anticline while the low points are synclines, okay. Then faults are in a plate are usually parallel to each other. So faults, they are the plates that are usually parallel to each other, okay. They occur in the earth's crust when stress from underlying rock movements causes the more brittle surface rock to crack or slip. So how these occur? These occur when there is a stress from underlying rock movement, okay, when rocks they move, because of that movement these faults are created. When the most brittle means breakable, when the most breakable rock they are formed, they that rocks you can see in the form of crack, okay, there are cracks you can say that are faults, okay. The result is a change in the landscape that can be either laterally displaced, sunken or lifted up relatively to the surrounding terrain. So what is the result of this fault? It is the change in landscape, the land gets changed, that can be either laterally means towards itself, okay, they can come towards each other, or displaced means they take the area of, okay, they take the place of something else. Sometimes the land is sunken, okay, it gets down, and sometimes it gets lifted up, okay. So that is the same na, sometimes the height is reduced and sometimes the height is increased relatively to the surrounding terrain, means the area, the ground which is surrounding that area, okay. So there is a change in some part of area and the surrounding area is something different. Fault lines can be very short and affect only a small area. So these lines are very short and they affect only small areas, okay, or they can run for hundreds of miles. So this can just cover the area of hundreds of miles. Faulting causes deep slips or strike slips. When the two pieces of land change their vertical position compared to each other, it is called dip slip, okay. When two pieces of land they change vertical, means one goes up and one goes down, it is called dip slip, okay. And in such case after the movement one side is higher than the other. If one will go, that is obvious na, it will be higher, and one which is downside, that is lower, okay, means that is the other part. A strike slip happens when two pieces of land move horizontally. When strike slip happens, when two pieces they move side to each other, that movement would be left or right, means one is going to the left and one is to the right. The San Andreas fault in California is an example of a large strike slip. So this is an example of large strike slip. It is the point where the Pacific plate and the North American plate move against each other. So here what happens, Pacific plate and North American plate, okay, they move side to side, means they move from left to right. Now impact of external forces. The external forces like water, wind, ice and temperature variation change the surface by eroding, transporting and deposition, and thus forming different landforms. So external forces are like the water, overflow of water, okay, or you can say continuous flow of water, wind, ice and temperature. Variation means when there is a difference in the in all these forces, they change the surface by eroding, by transporting and deposition, and thus form different landforms, and some different types of landforms are made. External process causes erosion and deposition. Erosion is the process of degradation or removal of earth's surface. So what is erosion? Erosion happens when the earth's surface, when the top layer of earth is removed. Okay, continuous heating and cooling of the surface. When there is continuously, means sometimes there is too much of heat or too much of cold. When continuous heating and cooling is there, it breaks the rock and stones into finer particles as sand. So because of this heating and cooling, the big stones or big rocks, they are break down into small particles, sand. Okay, that becomes sand. The process is slow and it happens only over a period of time. It does not mean that today it is too much hot and the rock will break. No, this process takes too much of time, so that's why it happens only over a period of time, means after too much of time. By rain showers, melting of snow, or fast blowing of winds move the sand from one place to another. So when rain showers are there, when rain comes, melting of snow is there, fast blowing of wind. So because of this, what happens? This erosion takes place. Okay, and this, because of this, the sand moves from one place to another. So that is the removal of sand. Okay, the sand, it moves from one place to another. Then deposition. This is the process of aggradation. Aggradation means because of this deposition, there the height is increased. Okay, the debris and finer particle, debris is waste. Okay, the debris and finer particles that are displaced, means they are placed by the forces of nature. Okay, means some particles, they flow with water. Okay, so they flow with water by the forces of nature, get accumulated or deposited to at another place. They get collected at some other place. This collection of eroded material is called deposition. So when the material which comes with the water, see, when from the mountains the water is flowing. Okay, so with that water many things come down. The sand, the soil comes down, the small you can say rocks, they also comes down. So many things, they come along with water. Okay, so where this material will get collected, that area is known as deposition. Okay, because there they are getting deposited. Then mountains. Mountains are huge mass of land that rise above their surrounding area in the form of peaks. So mountains, they are very huge mass of land. Okay, it is a type of land only, but the land, it has gone, means you can say it has folded. Okay, the land, it has folded like this. Okay, so that's why they became mountains, and they are having peaks. Okay, means they are very sharp and pointed mountains. They may have gentle or steep slopes. Sometimes you can see some mountains, they are not peak pointed. Some mountains are curved and some are steep, means slanting. Okay, a series of mountains in the form of a chain is known as mountain range. When there is a series, means one after one after one. Okay, when series of mountains are there, that is known as mountain range, like the Himalayan mountain range or the Andes mountain range. Mount Kilimanjaro is an example of a single mountain peak or top. So Mount Kilimanjaro, it is a single mountain. Okay, means you can say there is no series of mountain, it is just a single mountain. So I hope beta this much is clear to you. That's all for today. Then in the next video we will learn about the formations and features of these mountains. Okay, and next we will continue in next video. Then thank you, have a nice day.